Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Valentine Lister, and this is my series on the minor arcana for the suit of Pentacles. And today we're going to be covering the Six of Pentacles. So we're going to get into everything you need to know about this card, including which major arcana cards rule this minor arcana card, the astrology of the card, which is tied into the rulers of the card. We're going to go into the secret symbolism of the card, including numerology, as well as learning the upright and the reverse meanings. So you're going to get to know this card really well so you don't confuse it with the other cards. They don't just fuse into one another. You really understand it. So when you pull it, you know what's happening, you know what's going on. And just a quick intro, if you don't know me, my name again is Valentine Lister. I'm a professional astrologer and tarot card reader. And on this YouTube channel, I love to share about astrology, tarot. I do some forecasting every week. I do a weekly forecast. And I also do as well videos on spirituality, like spiritual practices that I use, that I really love, that I think you guys need to know about. If you want to know a little bit more about me, you can go to my website, valentinelister.com. All right, so without further ado, let's get into this card. Okay, the Six of Pentacles. So I'd like to give the cards a little nickname, as you know, or you might know if you've seen other videos, to introduce you to it, to help you to get to know it. And I like to call this card, "To give is to receive." Okay, so I'm going to get into the rulers of this card, which goes right into the astrology. So this card is ruled by the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Why? Because the Six of Pentacles here is ruled by the moon in Taurus. So the High Priestess is associated with the moon. The Hierophant is associated with Taurus. So moon in Taurus right here. There you go. For my fellow astrologers, this Six of Pentacles is the face of the second decan of Taurus. So also, if you want to remember the astrology, like the zodiac associations of these cards, I wrote it down in a little resource for you called the Tarot and Astrology Cheat Sheet, and you can find that in the description box below. Okay, so the hidden symbolism in this card. So the first thing to know is that the moon is exalted in Taurus. So what does that mean? Exalted means that the planet does really well there, and there will be a change in fortune, generally for the better, although there can be like ups and downs in changes of fortune. So a lot of times the moon in Taurus doesn't necessarily mean, although it could mean like there is an environment where the person, is born into like wealth or good fortune or money or opportunities. It could be that along the way, the person is given opportunities in order to like secure their home and family, and also be able to like comfort themselves and navigate life, which is what the moon is all about. So the one thing I noticed too, is that with the moon, she waxes, she wanes, and she adjusts. And like the only constant about life, the only constant in life is that it's always changing. And that's what the moon is all about, in being able to like care for, nurture, adjust, and really thrive and survive like with life, but in a way that's very nurturing and life-giving, because the moon is one of the luminaries, right? She is the bright light of the night. And in the past, like she was given equal importance to the sun. And in astrology, she's equal to the sun. They're both luminaries, and they both represent like a really important driving aspect of your life. And so I noticed, I don't know, these pentacles, it looks almost like the moon cycles, like waxing and waning. So there is something about this Six of Pentacles that's able to adjust and navigate life. And, if you look at this card, it looks pretty good on its face. And it does tend to be a more boring card. Like when I was writing notes for this, I was like, some of the cards, I'm like, this is so fascinating. This is so interesting. And this one, I was like, not as much, but, like, that's what happens when things are good. It's boring, and that's probably why we mess up our lives. So all right, getting into more of the symbolism, we have the scales here. So this one is super important, and it's in the left hand of the pentacles. So it has this receptive energy right in the left hand, and it's showing this like receptive energy that is related to this like perfect balance in the midst of changing circumstances. Like life is always changing, as the moon will show you. And in this Six of Pentacles, this guy here is able to just keep perfect balance. Like life is changing, ebbing and flowing, but he looks like he's doing okay. He looks like he's managing and thriving and surviving. And like perhaps the circumstances have changed for this guy. So his costume and the fact that he's like standing over people shows that like he's similar to this Hierophant here. And so, like I said, it doesn't mean that he's born into a type of security. It means that he's like built some type of security and status in life. Maybe he had an opportunity, like a mentor or like a business or financial opportunity, and he jumped on it and like made the best of it. And now he's able to like give to other people. Because also like this hat, a lot of people say it's a merchant's hat. To be honest, I looked up this hat and it's called a, oh crap, I forgot, like, oh, okay. I did write it down on the next page. It's called a chaperone hat. And this was a very popular hat with like all statuses and all classes. So it doesn't necessarily mean he's wealthy. The fact that he's like giving stuff and he looks, like he just looks like he's clothed and well fed says something about like his status here. And maybe he does have good status. Maybe these buildings in the back are his, or he has some type of support behind him. Like we have these buildings that might represent that stability and security in physical matters, because this is an earth sign. So it's not like emotional security, not mental or, even like spiritual security. This is like, I have stuff, I have money, I have things, I have food that can help support me. And so getting into the colors, I'm going to incorporate the colors into the hidden symbolism today. His red garments show that he's full of like passion, vitality, and courage. And then he's got blue and white in these perfect lines, like on his shirt. And the blue shows that underneath he has compassion, mental clarity, and serenity. And then the white shows that he's got an energy of like purity, wholeness, protection, right? This like white light of protection. And he's like a balance of these two things underneath. Pretty cool, right? And then these green boots on the bottom show that he is grounded in prosperity, growth, fertility, and healing. And so he's able to share his good fortune to those less fortunate who are kneeling below. And that's like it's Taurus energy here, but it's also very moon energy, the ability to nurture and nourish others, like the mother energy, like nurturing us. And so like that's any energy in life where we want to care for and nurture and protect and show love to people in a very life-giving way. And so like his clothes, I noticed like they're very similar to the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is all about like that building like your own kingdom, like stability, structure, like where you're secure, and you also have this element of we're doing things my way, like I'm in charge, like kind of Taurus energy, like building a kingdom. Where people rely on you, where you're not relying on other people. Because I think with Taurus, there's a hesitance to like depend on other people because they can let us down. And so Taurus is like, well, I'm going to build my own stability and security so that I know that things are going to happen in a way that's comforting and nourishing, in a way that I need them to happen. And the clothes on these people I noticed are very similar to the moon's clothes. This like light blue and this yellow, very similar to what's going on with the high priestess, and who's the moon. And so what do they represent? The yellow, if you remember, represents, it's the light of the moon. In this case, could also be the sun, but it represents the soul, creativity, optimism, and enthusiasm. And then we have light blue here and light blue on this high priestess, and that represents compassion. It's the compassionate nature of the moon. And so it's like compassion, serenity, mental clarity, and purity. And, so basically, like, this person is doing really well, like I said, is able to nurture others with their good fortune and keep really balanced and stable and secure as life changes. Okay, getting into the numerology of the card, this card is ruled by the number 6. And the number 6 is associated with harmony, nurturing, loving, caring service, and social responsibility. All right, so the upright meaning of this card. So if this card comes, get excited, right? Because you're probably receiving an opportunity that will help you to invest in your future. And it may seem really small, but have a big impact long term. And it's also taking actions to make sure you're secure and stable in your future. So like you plant your own seed, you create your own opportunity. So for example, like it could be something minor. This is a minor arcana card. So it's like an everyday thing. So it could be like stocking up on food, taking like a self-defense class, working on a degree for your career, making business connection with others, like going to school, like starting a relationship, you know, making a connection with someone else. And or like trying to have a baby, like starting to have a baby, right? And yeah, and things that will be helpful for your success, like material success or stability, security long term. And it can also really mean self-nurturing and self-indulging, right? Because that's very like moon and Taurus energy, being able to really be good to yourself and really have the things around you, and like be able to nurture yourself with like the things that you love, like food that you love, like taking naps, being in nature, having luxury items or things where you splurge can also be something that could be happening or even suggested as advice for this card when you get this card. Okay, so the reverse meaning of this card. So if you get this card reversed, it means that the energy of this card is being blocked or avoided. So it might mean that like there's an opportunity presented to you for your security or, you know, like comfort or whatever, but it's not the right one. Maybe it fell through, like it's just not like the opportunity fell through, or you just don't feel right about it and just like feel a hesitance to it. So a hesitance to take action. So it is time to reflect on that thing and whether it is right for you, as advice if this comes reversed. And it also could be about self-comfort, like refilling the well or overindulging in pleasure. It does mean like if it's upright, like you're going to nurture yourself, but you're probably nurturing other people. When it's reversed, you might like need to you know, get more rest or refill for yourself, or it might mean that you're like overindulging in comfort and maybe need to step it back. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video on the Six of Pentacles. And this is just a quick reminder that if you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified for whenever I release a new video. Also, make sure that if you found value in this video, you really liked it, thought it was really good, make sure to share it out to other people, so they can learn about this tarot card and like the awesome things about it. Okay, and if you want to catch up on the videos that I've already done for this series, I'm going to put a playlist right here. The Pentacles are my last videos on the cards, so I've covered most of them. And also I'll put a video up here that I think you guys will like. All right, love you guys so much. Take care, bye. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified for whenever I release a new video every single week.